This is the Fearless Launching Show. I'm your host, Anne Samoilov. Today, since we're nearing the end of the year and I'm all about, wiping away what didn't work and letting go of the things that didn't work or no longer serve me, and also encouraging you to do the same, this episode is actually taken from a Facebook Live that I did back in November, but it's all about the myths, the stories we believe, and there are things that kind of sneak up on us. There are things that we start to believe because a coach told us or a business bestie you had a conversation with. These things can sneak right in, can, just become facts. And so it's really important to question all these so-called facts and beliefs that you've got, so you can get to a different place in your business and you can start launching the way you want to. So if that sounds interesting, if you want to talk and learn about some more myths and question yourself, well, keep listening. The Fearless Launching Show was created to answer the question, how can I launch my big idea to the world in the most simple, straightforward way possible and reach more of the right people? I'm your host, Anne Samoilov, and I've been helping 6- and 7-figure business owners launch for over a decade. And while I love geeking out about improving launches, new launch strategies, what's working, what's not working, I'm also obsessed with exploring the heart, the mind, the challenges of running your own business. And that's what we're going to do each and every week. I want to show you how to launch that course or coaching program or other creative work and navigate the journey of being an online entrepreneur. So if you're ready for some new perspectives, some new stories around launching, well, I can't wait to share those with you. Let's get into today's episode. And we're going to be covering the 3 myths. We might be believing now, or we might believe in the future. So just stay tuned for this, because when I was putting together today's topic, I was really thinking through this whole idea of myths that we believe. And all of us, not all of us, but it's easy to believe things at different phases of our business. When we first get started, we might go to a lot of webinars, we might read a lot of blog posts, listen to a lot of podcasts, talk to our business besties, and some things just become our beliefs. And it takes us time before we start realizing things, realizing what's right for us, right? We realize what is true for us. And then later on in our business, the same thing can happen when we have masterminds and coaches and team members joining us who also bring their set of beliefs. And that's why myth is kind of like a strong word to use here, but really we're going to talk about these things because I could tell you that the 3 myths I'm going to share today are embarrassing for me, but I do believe that, throughout our business, we find ways, we find new things we believe, and then we have to shed those to move to the next level. So my question for you today, I've got a few. The main question is, have you ever been told to focus on just one offer for one audience, or else you will not be successful, or some version of that, or just focus on one product, only do one product, okay? And no matter where you started with that, I don't know about you, but that actually left me feeling stressed, confused. How do I choose the one offer that I should be focusing all of my attention on? And what if that thing doesn't work? Do I have to give up my other income streams? Do I have to stop seeing clients if I'm seeing clients? And you want to have that complete clarity. And yeah, maybe someday you want that one offer business, but you're not even sure about what that should be when you're first getting started, or even like in the middle. Sometimes we start our business in one place and then we end up veering off to another. Okay. So here's the thing. The one thing I will say is that focus is a great thing. It's important. And I'm looking at my notes, by the way, but I'm going to set them up here. And it's important to make progress. It's important to focus in order to make that progress. That is important. But it is also important to know what to focus on, to choose that thing correctly, and then also look at your entire business and not just go laser focused in the weeds on one thing and let everything fall to the side, right? So today, the myths I'm going to be sharing are really about creating and launching successful offers, okay? And this is perfect if you've been told that you must settle on one offer. And in your head, you're like, okay, how am I supposed to make my rent or eat or clothe my children if I'm supposed to just focus on that thing, right? Like, not every, like, that would have worked for me personally when I was married, when I had a second income in the house, and I could be like, I'm just going to focus on one thing. But if you are not the only person, the reality is that you'll likely be doing multiple things, okay? All right. So let me just go through these myths quickly because this shouldn't take that long for us. And I really want you to just listen to the content and then jet out. That's what I want you to get from today, is that you don't have to like dwell on these myths. You can acknowledge them, say, okay, that's true. Next time something comes up, I'm going to ask myself that question. So the first myth is, as I'm like moving around, I can't get comfortable here, is fire your clients, quit your day job, and focus on one offer. Okay, I get some of those may be true for some people, but I've got to say this. Don't listen to someone who's all up in your wallet, who's all up in your life's, expenses, because no one knows that. There's been plenty of things that I've heard over the years. Well, you've got to make it a priority if you want it. Sometimes that is not true. Sometimes you need to kind of stick with one thing before you shift to another, right? So those are really important things. Don't let anybody get into your wallet, okay? Often we think we need to clear the deck completely to focus on the one main thing that will help us scale our business. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to focus, but there's a balance you need to find and design for yourself so that as you are moving into that new vision that you've created, that you're like, I eventually want to have just one offer, that you actually aren't putting yourself in any financial danger or risk, really. And there are only a few coaches I know, including myself, that even talk about this, that even mention this, that even say, no, don't give up your other things if they are bringing in money to support this new thing that you're creating. And honestly, for me, it had me holding on to a hope that I could grow this one thing and not be doing anything else. And thankfully, I did have, at the time, I had other clients. I had multiple clients in different spaces that kind of supported me, but I had a lot of problems with that because I take things very literally. And I just want you to know that you don't have to give up your clients. You don't have to give up a one-on-one in order to scale. You can still make the time to create the thing that you want to create and move in the direction that you want to. So just be really wary of anybody telling you that you need to, just don't let people in your wallet, okay? Don't do that. Myth number 2 is evergreen is the only way to go, the only way to build your business. Okay, so this is not true. Okay. Now, when I say this, I don't mean that it can't build your business. I just mean it's not the only way. Now, I can name, I'm like looking at the names here on both hands, toes, whatever. People, like if it were true, those people would not be doing live promotions. Why do some evergreen only clients have they returned to just live launches? Evergreen live, that is not the issue. Automated funnels, live launches, not the issue, not where your focus should be. The reason either of these approaches actually can be successful isn't that actual thing. It's not how good your deadline funnel is or the right course platform or if your sales page is written perfectly. It's so much more than that. And all these external, before you even get to the sales process, before you even get to the sales funnel, Those are the elements that are going to take the work no matter what approach you take. You're still going to have a clear content strategy and a messaging strategy. You're still going to need to think about how your business appears in like your marketplace. And that is more than just, I'm going to offer this online automated course. There are more issues at stake here. So don't feel bad if you're still doing live launches, and don't feel like it's the only way to make money if you're doing evergreen funnels, because I've seen evergreen funnels ebb and flow. You might have them going for years and they work, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, they don't work anymore. This one's not working anymore. So what do? You take it offline, but where's the rest of your income and revenue coming from? So this is why I really don't believe we should be relying on either of those. Just one second. All right. The final, as I'm like thinking, excuse me. The final myth that I want to talk about is this put a blank underline is the best strategy. I've said this for years, and I'm going to say it again, because even I have gone down that rabbit hole of like, well, yeah, that's definitely the right strategy. There is no right strategy. There is no one size fits all. The webinar, the challenge, the emails, the ads. You probably know this if you've done launches before. And even there's no consistent line. Sometimes webinars will work for a long time and you won't ever have to change anything. And then suddenly your audience is really loving a more interactive experience and you want to do challenges, right? These are just containers. These launch kind of events, the video series, the challenge, the webinar, the emails, they're just containers where you are sharing information to help someone make their decision. Okay? And that's why I believe we need to, instead of worrying about what's in that container, we have to start putting stuff in it before we open it up to people, if that makes any sense. The decision that people make to work with you, to learn from you, to check you out, it happens way before that. It happens way before that webinar or that sales kind of event, right? And so that's why I believe that instead of saying X, Y, or Z is the right strategy, you literally just need to choose the one that you love the best, that's easy, that doesn't take a ton of your time or energy, and most importantly, that can be repeated, okay? Okay, let me just see here. Hello. I see people popping in and out, so hello, just in case you are here right now. I'm just saying hello. Now, here's the thing. As I'm going through my notes here, I'm just saying, I know that it's hard to wade through this stuff. And I know if you're at the beginning of your business, you might have a different set of beliefs that you believe are true. Like, my list has to be a certain size. I need to be blogging for X number of years before I can sell something. I don't know. Or that webinars have to be done on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I just want to encourage you to challenge those beliefs, whatever they are. The ones I've shared today are the ones that are right now, recently, were in my world. And I just want to say that as we go through our business and we're growing and learning and building, we're going to have a different set of beliefs every single time. And it's our job, in order to get to that next level, which is what we're all kind of after. It's like, when's the breakthrough going to happen, right? When's that next breakthrough going to happen? Or when is the breakthrough we're looking for going to happen? We have to be able to look at these beliefs and say, oh, I need to get rid of that in order for this to happen, right? And so I talk a lot about this one offer business because I actually don't think it's about having one offer. I think it's about having one system. And next week, this is really why I wanted to bring you on here, is next week I'm going to be talking you through how to create that one system. It doesn't look the same for every single person, but the steps in creating the system are the same. And once you have this launch system that you can use, that is right for you. You don't have to just worry about applying it to just that one online course or that mini product or your coaching program. The system is going to be the same no matter what. And that leaves you with more time, more energy. You don't have to give up clients if you don't want to. You can try new offers out. Oh my gosh, you have a permission to follow through on an idea. How amazing is that? Instead of feeling like, oh, I shouldn't do anything else because I might get sidetracked and I'm not allowed to do that. You're allowed to follow through on ideas because magic can happen when we follow through with beautiful ideas, okay? So I'm going to be sharing the entire system and then also just some different scenarios that I think are really common for the people who end up working with me privately or working with me in the launch incubator or even who have come in the doors of Fearless Launching. So if you want to at least just learn and understand what's in that system, I do want to encourage you and invite you to apply. It is private because I want it to specifically be for people who are ready for it. I mean, this is not stuff I'm going to be this is not in a podcast. This isn't repurposed from a blog post. This is stuff very specific to this. When you're ready finally to just be like, okay, I'm done with all those other systems and leapfrogging back and forth and starting from scratch. If you're ready for that one system that can really allow your business to grow, allow you to explore new things, and best yet, still be serving your specific audience, no matter what stage of their journey they're on, then all you have to do is go to, I'm going to put it in here, AnnSamoilov.com/apply. I would love to know, I know a few of you are still on here now, but if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them for you. I will go back through those myths again because I think that if you hear the myths, you may want to go back and listen. Okay, so the myths, this is a summary, so you're going to have to go back to listen to the whole thing. But the first one is that you have to focus on just one offer, or you have to fire your clients, you have to quit your job. Those are all things. That is one giant myth because people should never be in your wallet telling you what to get rid of in your business. Number two, the second myth is evergreen is the only way to go. It is an amazing way to go, but it is not the only way to go. And three, there is one best strategy. That's a myth because there are many best launch strategies, and that isn't even the point. Your launch strategy is not the point. So go back and listen to the beginning of this. As soon as I close up this workshop, it should be available right away. And then if you want to just, explore the idea of creating a launch system and something that will allow you to structure all of your launches, it'll be easy to repeat. You'll be able to say, yep, I want to launch in 2 weeks. You'll be easily to repeat, easy to improve, and then grow whatever it is. I mean, you must apply for your invite. There's no other way to get into this class. And it's a free class. So don't worry about it. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, and it's $7 million. No, you just have to apply. That is the entry fee. Apply for the class. And that's at AnnSamoilov.com/apply. All right, so if you have any questions about these myths, about creating a launch system, I am here for you and I would love to chat with you. So if there's anything that came up today, DM me over on Facebook or on Instagram. I would love to talk to you. All right, take care, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for listening to this special replay episode of the podcast. If you want to watch the Facebook Live, if you want to see the weird expressions on my face or whatever, or leave some comments there or ask some questions, definitely check out the show notes. I put the link directly to that Facebook Live. And then also I've posted the video up on YouTube just in case you are not interested in being on Facebook, which I totally get as well. So like I said, at the end of the live, we have a private training that is invite only if you want to watch that and learn how you can have more space in your business. You can really map out launches for the entire year and do them all with the same system, make them all happen with that same system. Definitely apply for a spot in that, or to watch that. Really, I'll just send you the link after I review your application. So that is at annesamoilov.com/incubator. And yes, you will be applying for the Launch Incubator. And really, the deal is that we want the people who are best suited to working with us through the system to also watch this training. This is something that I have not shared publicly. I do not just, have like an evergreen webinar. I look at each and every application. And so I hope to see yours in there. AnneSamoilov.com/apply. Talk to you soon.